Hi, welcome to Ocean Yummy's live. I thought I'd do a live early this morning because I won't be able to do a live later. So I'm just gonna quick do this live on Miss Trudy. Now, Miss Trudy is Wodamaya's wife. They've been promoting Africa for a long time. Wodamaya normally goes a few places and promote Africa, and they got married. I think it was this year. This year they got married. Um, so what they're doing, they're going around showing the sights of Africa that people normally don't see. Um, this is all over, including Uganda. Now, sorry, Trudy must have went on a safari with, I think, with Wodamaya and others, and she didn't know that there was a safari where you see the antelopes and the warthogs and all that stuff. She just thought it was in Tanzania. Anyway, it just so happened that how she made a tweet, and then the next day she got a rude awakening, and I'm going to show.
Talked about it. What is so wrong by me saying that I am surprised Uganda has a national park? I do not understand why people are coming from, and it's not cool, being a visitor. Like, I'm not from your country. You people should be showing me love. It's not like I've hated on your country. I haven't hated on anyone. I've not hated on Ugandans. I've not hated on any location. I'm just speaking my truth. Are we not allowed to speak the truth anymore? Like, I don't get it. Are we not? Are we supposed to walk on eggshells? Oh, I don't get it. Someone actually told me a rule for Twitter in Uganda is don't make them feel as if their country. I don't undermine their country. I'm like, who's undermining Uganda? My God, I'm actually doing the opposite. Maybe most of these Ugandans don't know the work that I do, but I travel to show the beautiful side of my continent. I am a proud African and a proud East African, and I love Uganda. So to get so much hate from Uganda, it's just, I don't even understand why Ugandans are so sensitive, And it's sensitive in the wrong way. I feel like if I was a white woman and saying, oh, you're just from Kenya and you're acting like you didn't know we have, oh my God, in my
So basically, Trudy came on her channel, and she expressed herself on her disappointment of how she was treated. She felt that she was treated very badly. She she just couldn't understand why they were put out. The tweets are really bad as well. Um, there is no fault to her feelings. So, Miss Trudy, just carry on doing what you're doing. Don't feed into people's negativity. You and Woodmeyer has been doing lots of work pertaining to promotion of African the continent on a whole, um, and and you mustn't make them stop you. But anyways, I'm gonna play this little one. Miss Trudy faces backlash from Ugandans after this comment. Miss Trudy said Ugandans misunderstood her for speaking her truth. Kenyan travel vloggers Miss Trudy has found herself at the centre of social media storm after making comments about Uganda that some Ugandans online found offensive. Miss Trudy, whose real name is Gorodine Owainio, is in Uganda with her husband Wodumaya, where she is also doing videos for her YouTube. After a visit to Ugandan park. Trudy tweeted that she was not aware that there was a national park in Uganda, which sparked off anger among some Ugandans. Uganda has surprised me today. I did not know they also have game drives in Uganda. I thought that these were only in Kenya and Tanzania. We spent the evening watching antelopes, giraffes and zebras, warthogs, waterbox hippos. We would have thought. Who would have thought? Read Trudy's tweet. Her comments did not go down well with some of the Ugandans who accused her of being ignorant, disrespectful. In her response to the backlash, Miss Trudy defended herself, saying that her comments was genuine and not aimed at undermining Uganda. I don't understand why people are coming at me, and it's not cool at all. You know, being a visitor, you people should be showing me love. It's not like I have hated anyone. I am just speaking the truth. I am not allowed to speak my truth, Miss Trudy said. And this is her on the game, on the safari that they're really going in about on the tweet. So this is Miss Trudy crying on her YouTube. So I'm gonna leave this right here, okay? Hold on, let me. Oh, I can't pause it. Okay, so Miss Trudy was so upset by what she read on the tweet regarding her and who she is as a person. She said that how she almost felt ugly because they came after her looks, they came after how she looked, they came after her body, they came after all sorts of things, and she was very hurt by the tweets. She said that how she's a proud African herself, and she feels as well that how um she feels that it wasn't welcoming. But mind you, she's not the only person who's been through this, because Wodamaya went through a deportation thing with Uganda, I think a little while back, and there was a bit of a problem with the deportation. I think in the end the minister had to apologize to him. So really this is ongoing. It's not just for people who's doing vlogging and stuff like that. There's even another blogger who said that how he went through a little bit of a negative issue with Ugandans, and he was explaining like how he was treated. Now like I said, Wodamaya and Trudy always goes around showing, different sides of Africa. They show the billionaires of Africa because, people always, they like Africa is always shown in a negative sense. So they show the other side of Africa basically that is not spoken about. So because like they got sponsored, I think they got sponsored to go on a trip to Uganda, and obviously, right, she herself being African herself from Kenya, she didn't know that there were such sites like safari parks in Uganda. So um I don't see why people come up after her. Sometimes, right, you'll be in a country, like even here, I can use UK as an example. You'll be in a country living, like you might all grow up in the place and everything else. You don't know what beauties lie in the country. Even if you are born in a Pacific country, sometimes you don't know what is the beauty. Sometimes you go and you discover it, and it comes like you are a tourist yourself. Like she didn't insult any of the Ugandans and at all. It's like she just made an observation basically, and it's like it went left, and there was no need for it to go left because she didn't say nothing negative, to be honest. So I feel she just spoke um from wow, look at that, like kind of thing. That's what I'm hearing from what was said, and it just got taken out of context. Now I know I was supposed to do a video on Trudy and Woodamaya anyway, and it's a shame that that Miss Trudy's come up in this context, but she seems like a nice person. She seems harmless. I don't see why you would come after her looks and stuff like that. I mean, she's a whole married woman. Like, if there was a problem with her looks, Woodamaya would not be with her, believe me, right? Because African men are very funny when it comes to certain women and how they look. So, by you coming after her, she was so mad. Even the tweet that is next door to her video as she's talking that I put, how they what they called her, is just ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna see if they are gonna apologize to her. Hopefully they will, because there was no need for that. She's actually promoting your country. What is the problem? You know what I mean? What is the problem? Literally. And she's right to use color as a catalyst, because why would you treat your own like that? You know what I mean? If that was a white woman per se, would you do the same thing to that white woman? Because the white woman, white, they recommend places and tourism places, and like um it, it gets once it's recommended, you get the tourism and everything else. Why don't you want your own to recommend Uganda? And like I said, she didn't say it in any bad way. She didn't say, "Oh, it was a rubbish place," or whatever. She said, "Oh, I didn't know that how there was safari parks in Uganda. Even I didn't even know that." So you know, I mean, like you'd only think of South Africa, only think of, like she said, Tanzania, you only think of certain places, even though these animals roam these places and stuff, but you don't really wouldn't think of certain things. And maybe she was a bit naive in putting what she said down, because I don't think she would have thought the backlash would have been as deep as it was. But at the end of the day, you don't come after a person like that. That's why I put in my wall, my community wall, for her to keep going. Why should she stop making her content because you guys have a problem with her? And it's quite ironic, really, because um lots of people's traveling to Uganda on a daily basis, I should think, right? Even on the YouTube, people be talking about Uganda regularly. You cannot be showing um your country in a bad way. It makes no sense. And I'm really happy that one of the reactors brought it up, because I didn't even know about it, to be honest. I saw the video, little of the video, but I didn't know the context in which it fell under, even though she showed the tweets. And she looked like she was about to cry and break down, like, and she's sitting in a whole Ugandan hotel, and the fact that she got insulted, I feel that Uganda will have to apologize to her. She has done nothing wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong to you, or nothing. Hi Shadow. She hasn't done nothing wrong to you. She just made an observation. That's all that is right there. You know. There was nothing bad what was said. Even the little piece that I read, there was nothing bad in the tweet. There's nothing bad in the tweet. It's just ridiculous. Um, like I said, why would you come after your own people? It makes no sense. You know how stupid it looks. She like I said, she and Wudamaya go all over Africa, even after they married. They traveled from Ghana. They traveled to Kampala. I think one of the places that what they went to. They went to all the business sites where you don't see the beauty of Africa, because you don't know that there's apartments and stuff in Africa. There's billionaires in Africa. that is around. You all like people always think Africa is poor or whatever, and the people have flies on their faces and all this shit. And it's not so. So they're trying to show the positive side of Africa. And like she even took a picture of the safari spot where she traveled to. She didn't hide it. She showed that there was wild animals there. Just that she did not know that. She said even where she lives in Kenya, she didn't know that there was a certain part in Kenya right next door. I think not too far from where her family lived. She didn't know about it, and she grew up there 20 years of her life. So I don't, But at the end of the day, Miss Trudy, just carry on doing what you are doing. Do not let these negative um statements, tweets get you down. I mean, they are pretty bad. They are very bad. And it's like, like, what's the point? Even though there are some people on the Twitter that is literally telling her not to, well, literally backing her and saying that the Ugandans should apologize to her. Okay. I'm going to put up some of the tweets on my channel. I'm just going to put them up because it's ridiculous. You don't have to go there. You don't have to go and hit on her looks and whatever. If she wasn't an attractive woman, she would not be married. She'll not be married. She's literally married and comfortable and living her life. She's in her 20s, married, you know what I mean? Like, come on, do better, do better. And I will use here as an example because there is loads of sites in the UK that people don't travel to. Some people don't even travel out of their space and they don't know that there are nice spaces in the UK neither. It's the same with the UK. Hi, Christine. Some people don't know that there's nice spaces in the UK. Okay. So for you to go down on her, that is, well, go down. I don't know if that sounds appropriate. Were you waiting on her like that? Whether you are, because now you're showing your bad side, your misunderstanding of what's going on. Like she didn't just turn up there; she was sponsored. She literally said a friend invited her to Uganda, her and Wudamaya to Uganda, and she went. Right? She doesn't know everywhere, or she don't know all parts of Africa. She's seeing the beauty of Africa, and they're putting it out on YouTube. So, like, you just have to come off of it, man. It's just ridiculous. But I am going to present Wudamaya and Trudy for those who are into the expats and the people who goes around to Africa, because I haven't actually done a proper introduction to Trudy and Wudamaya. Okay, because they are one of the couples I feel that shows love, black love in a different way, because there's all types of different black love. And these two now go around promoting um the beauties of Africa. And there's nothing wrong with it. So Uganda, you need to come off of it. You need to apologize to the woman. All right, she's a grown ass woman. You need to just stop being immature. Oh, why am I not sleeping? 'Cause I normally get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought as I'm up, let me just do this video because otherwise I'm going to push it back, push it back, push it back. You know what I normally do. So I thought let me just do the video and then get off. I'll probably end up falling back asleep. I gotta get up tomorrow to go and scan my work in it. So about 6, 7 o'clock this morning. So yeah. Um. So just come off for Trudy. Trudy ain't doing nothing bad out of the way. You know what I mean? That's like the mistake I made. Of well, I don't know whether it's a mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake, but that'll be another conversation about Richard Curry because I'm hearing stuff now and I'm thinking, oh my days, really. But anyways, but Trudy ain't done nobody nothing. She's innocent. She's an innocent party. at this rate. You know what I mean? You don't need to come at her. I'm gonna play the video for those who just now coming in. Hold on, let me find the video. How they insulted her. Hold on, let me play the one of me talking, I think. Miss Trudy faces backlash from Ugandans after this comment. Miss Trudy said Ugandans misunderstood her for speaking her truth. Kenyan travel vloggers Miss Trudy has found herself at the center of social media storm after making comments about Uganda that some Ugandans online found offensive. Miss Trudy, whose real name is Geraldine Owainyo, is in Uganda with her husband Wadumaya, where she is also doing videos for her YouTube. After a visit to Ugandan Park, Trudy tweeted that she was not aware that there was a national park in Uganda, which sparked off anger among some Ugandans. Uganda has surprised me today. I did not know they also have game drives in Uganda. I thought that these were only in Kenya and Tanzania. We spent the evening watching antelopes, giraffes and zebras, warthogs, waterbucks, hippos. We would have thought. Who would have thought? Read Trudy's tweet. Her comments did not go down well with some of the Ugandans who accused her of being ignorant, disrespectful. In her response to the backlash, Miss Trudy defended herself, saying that her comments was genuine and not aimed at undermining Uganda. I don't understand why people are coming at me, and it's not cool at all. You know, being a visitor, you people should be showing me love. It's not like I have hated anyone. I am just speaking the truth. I am not allowed to speak my truth, Miss Trudy said. And this is her on the game, you know, on the safari that they're really going in about on the tweet. So this is Miss Trudy crying on her YouTube. So I'm gonna leave this right here, okay?
Talked about it. What is so wrong by me saying that I am surprised Uganda has a national park? I do not understand why people are coming from, and it's not cool, you know, being a visitor. Like, I'm not from your country. You people should be showing me love. It's not like I've hated on your country. I haven't hated on anyone. I've not hated on Ugandans. I've not hated on any location. I'm just speaking my truth. Are we not allowed to speak the truth anymore? Like, I don't get it. Are we not? Are we supposed to walk on eggshells? Oh, I don't get it. Someone actually told me a rule for Twitter in Uganda is don't make them feel as if their country, I don't undermine their country. I'm like, who's undermining Uganda? My God, I'm actually doing the opposite. Maybe most of these Ugandans don't know the work that I do, but I travel to show the beautiful side of my continent. I am a proud African and a proud East African, and I love Uganda. So to get so much hate from Uganda, it's just, I don't even understand why Ugandans are so sensitive, you know? And it's sensitive in the wrong way. I feel like if I was a white woman and saying, oh, you're just from Kenya and you're acting like you didn't know we have, oh my God, in my
Yeah, so that's basically what Miss Trudy had to say in reply to what was said to her, basically. And I just thought I'll do this video real quick so that um yeah, you know, oh, you could have checked out this info. No, she got sponsored to go there, right? And that's how she ended up there. She did not know that there were certain sites in Uganda. So I think on her defense, she's a little she is really a Kenyan village girl, really. She come from a small village in Kenya. So, I think she wasn't expecting to be doing the traveling. She normally doesn't do big travels for her to discover um that. I'm not gonna say it's impossible because even like I said, that's why I use England as the UK as an example, because you don't know what's in a country. Right, you could be growing up in a country for years, and you cannot, you don't know about certain places, and you know what I mean. So I mean, I think it's the same. I can use Brighton as one of that. I mean, I used to hear people talk about Brighton when I got there myself, and I saw what Brighton is. Brighton literally reminds me of the Lost Boys, the scene from the Lost Boys on the beachfront. That's when I went to Brighton. That's what that reminded me of. I would love to go to Glastonbury, but and stuff like that, and other places, but you don't know what's in the place you are living. And so on in her defense, I feel that she did not know that that was there. That's what I'm getting from that video, what she did. Um, you know, I just feel that they came at her prematurely. They should really apologize to her, really. And, because she does actually put out positive stuff on Africa, all their travels. She's never not put out nothing negative, apart from when Wodamaya got deported. I think they did a small video on him got deported. Most of the vlogs are in Uganda anyway. They're in a nice hotel in Uganda, and she's got a few vlogs that she's done in Uganda. So at the end of the day, they're promoting the beauty of Uganda, the beauty of Africa on the whole, the nice spaces. They actually do what African Tigress is doing, where they travel all over, because them themselves being African themselves, they travel all over, and um they what you call it, introduce places, new places, even some of the places you never even heard of. Like Wodamaya went to there's an Ethiopian tribe, the Humman, the Hammer tribe. He went there, you know, and he showed stuff that some people didn't even know about the Hammer tribe. Like, what I mean? He goes certain places and they introduce different things, and there's nothing wrong with that, really. That's so true. England has some very beautiful places. I've never been to. Yes, there's. So I think that's the same for her. She just didn't know that this place exists. She didn't know. She just assumed that how it's only South Africa, Tanzania, I think she said, and certain places have these game reserves, which is safari parks, where you drive through and you see antelopes, lions, water hogs, water buffaloes, wolf, what's it, packs, and all this. So I think she was just shocked and she just tweeted it. That's all. I think that's just innocently. She just did something very innocent that will promote their country. She even shows herself on the game reserve. I mean, I don't know really. I just feel that is very petty, and it's a shame. And like I said, and they started picking on her looks, her body image, and stuff like that. It's really sad, but at the end of the day, right, she's not in the wrong, and she's come out and she's spoken out, and um, you know, hopefully they will learn from this. But it's not just her who's been through negative situation in Uganda. There's others who's been through negative situation in Uganda to do with the when you're coming into an area with passports, they get problems with the people with their passports. I forgot what they called again now. When you're coming into the country, they get mistreated a lot. And like I said, Wodamaya got the deportation thing in Uganda, and it seems like Uganda is I don't know what's going on with Uganda, but it seems like it's always Uganda at this point. And I know because I've covered Uganda with the two women in Uganda. So this really is really not good on that part because it just shows you the problems that is had in Uganda, and it's a shame. Yeah, people are so touchy. They are touchy, but it's touchy for the wrong reasons. Like, if she insult your country, by all means, okay, you could weigh in. But she ain't insulted your country. She just didn't know. I think that's just we all can be naive. We can go places and be naive to places. It's natural. It happens. Like, I walk around like a bloody foreigner in blinking England. Come on now. So, um, and I'm born here. So I just feel that it's a bit much. That was a bit much, Uganda. That was a bit much. There was no need for that. Okay. And I am very much in agreement with Crook to I think it's Crook Traveler. I think he's called. Like you just don't do that. It just shows your ignorance, your level of ignorance, and it shows that you're backward on certain stuff. So it's just mad. So, I just thought I put this up on here because, I always talk about Africa in a fun way. So when you see it in a negative way, you have to put out the good and the bad sometimes, you know what I mean? I know we put out the news and stuff like that, you know. So, you know, so this is coming from one who come from the continent herself and she's talking out. And you just don't need to do it really. Trudy just comes over to me as very nice young lady. I don't see no issues with her. I never see issues with her. I see people coming after Trudy most of the time. I don't see I don't see Trudy bugging out and telling people off and whatever else. People always comes after Trudy because of how she looks, because she's very small in the ground, and I'm assuming she's a small, short lady because Wudamaya towers over her, and Wudamaya is a small man. So because she's a small lady, people tend to go after her, and they don't expect her to say anything. And she's talking out. She's not sitting back. She's talking out, and there's nothing wrong in her talking out because and she didn't even do it in a bad way. She did it in a classy way, okay? Because she could have gone in more. If anything, she didn't. So yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna put up the video what I did of Trudy answering the Ugandans, and I'm just gonna leave it right there, really, because I have to go to sleep so I can wake up about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully, I'll go back to sleep. I don't know. I'll probably watch a little something and I'll fall asleep. So thank you for passing through, Shadow and Christine. I know I've got to do some other lives, but I'll gradually do them because I keep putting lives up and not completing because I used to do that before. I keep moving them back, so I'm trying to do them as early as possible. Oh, now you come, I'm just going to come off. I'm actually just about to drop off now because I gotta go to sleep later. Um, Miss Wise. So, thank you, Miss Wise, for coming through. You can watch on the replay as well. I'm actually gonna jump off at present right now, and if I see any apologies for to this, because really they should apologize to her. Really, I'm gonna put it up. Just to update her. Oh, and I'm sorry about the Tina Turner something because that I don't know why people is putting out false information on Tina on saying that she died. I would have thought that the whole America would have been um, devastated. So I apologize on that part. I'm going to remove them off of my social media because that's not good. So with that said, thank you for coming through, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye.